priority level, and you said that the principal threats start with Russia. Do you still view Russia as a significant threat to the United States?
Yes, Senator, I do.
How can you walk us through a little bit how this year's budget request invests in the resource areas, the programs, and the initiatives that can help counter those threats posed by Russia?
Yeah, Senator, I think the European Reassurance Initiative alone of $4.8 billion is designed with one target in mind, that is to dissuade Russia from thinking that this is a time when they want to test NATO or the Americans. I would also point out that in terms of technology, we are looking at specific technologies that address some of the maturing threats that they have, air, space, underwater, that sort of thing. And I think, too, that the investment in pre-positioned equipment that allows us to move forces quickly into an area would cause a change in their strategic calculus as far as the risk from their behavior, from their perspective, would go up. There's also a fair amount of ground munitions and airfield and going on specifically targeted to your concern, Senator.
I want to thank you for that. I think those are all very important investments. One of my concerns is that the Russians employed a set of hostile, highly asymmetrical tools during our election last year, and that for the cost of a fraction of a single ship, they were able to use very low-cost tools like hackers, trolls, and social media bots to manipulate our media and even penetrate our political and election structures. Do we have an overall strategy to meet that threat, either in cybercom or as a whole of government approach?
Sir, we have vulnerability assessments and analyses going on that cause us to buttress our defenses in different areas, to shift our filtering of information, and to shift our focus of our intelligence services to define the problems to a level that we can figure out what to do about them. So is there an overall strategy? We are working on a broader strategy that this would be part of, but right now we have enough definition that we don't have to delay taking steps at this time, intel-wise and defenses-wise, against the threat.
Should there be consequences when Russia does this kind of thing?
Well, absolutely. I mean, that's a decision that has to be taken by the Commander-in-Chief and certainly with the Congress's support, involvement. But I think that this sort of misbehavior has got to face consequences, and not just by the United States, but more broadly.
I couldn't agree more. I want to shift gears a little bit in my last 40 seconds or so. You know my interest in directed energy weapon systems. They have enormous game-changing symmetry in the past for our warfighters. Section 219 of last year's defense bill instructs the Secretary of Defense to designate a senior official at the Pentagon to have principal responsibility for the development and transition of directed energy weapon systems. As of